Welcome to the very first My Germanized Life variety show. In these shows, we explore German grammar, vocabulary, culture, literature, and more. Today, we're going to talk about Oktoberfest in Germany. Then, we'll look at German definite articles and common mistakes German learners make. After that, we'll explore all the German words for family members. Following will be a short German story called The Worst Pirates. And to finish off, I'll read some of my favorite comments of yours and answer any of your questions. So you won't want to miss a second. Let's get started, German learners. Part 1, Oktoberfest. Today, we're diving into one of Germany's most iconic traditions, Oktoberfest. As the end of September approaches, it's always the perfect time to talk about this legendary celebration. So what's the story behind Oktoberfest? Well, it all started back in 1810, when Crown Prince Ludwig of Bavaria tied the knot with Princess Teresa. The people of Munich were invited to join in the festivities, and the party was so grand that they decided to do it all over again the next year, and the next year, and well, they just kept doing it every year. Fast forward to today, and Oktoberfest has become the world's largest beer festival. Millions of visitors come from all corners of the globe and flock to Munich to be a part of this incredible event. What happens at Oktoberfest, you ask? Well, picture this. Enormous beer tents, each with their own unique atmosphere, serving up staggering variety of traditional Bavarian brews. From classic lagers to rich malty bocks, there's beer for every palate. But it's not just about the beer. You'll find an abundance of delicious food, too. Pretzels, the size of your head, succulent roasted chicken, and of course, those mouth-watering sausages. It's a feast fit for a king or queen. Now, you might be wondering, when exactly is Oktoberfest this year? In 2023, it kicked off September 23rd and runs through October 8th, so you can still catch it if you're quick. But wait, there's more. While Munich's Oktoberfest is undoubtedly the most famous, did you know that there are celebrations like this all over the world and in Germany? Cities like Stuttgart, Berlin, and Frankfurt all put their own unique spin on the festivities. And it's not just confined to Germany. Oktoberfest has spread its cheer worldwide. Places like Cincinnati, Ohio, and Blumenau, Brazil have their own versions of this fantastic festival, each with its own local flair. So whether you're sipping a Stein in Munich or joining in on fun halfway across the world, Oktoberfest is a celebration that brings people together, celebrating the best of German culture and hospitality. That's all for today's segment on Oktoberfest. Let's move on to the next one. Part 2, der, die, or das. In this next segment, I'll give you some tips and hacks to learn German noun genders, because they can be tricky, right? So let's start with the basics. In German, we have 3 definite articles, der, die, and das. These words tell us the gender of the noun they're referring to. It's like a label that helps us understand the noun's role in the sentence. In German, nouns are assigned a gender based on their characteristics, not necessarily their meaning. It's important to learn the gender along with the noun itself. Otherwise, you might have trouble when it comes time to formulate a sentence. So here, I'll teach you a few hacks to figure out the noun gender 80% of the time. Let's talk about some tricks we can use to identify masculine nouns in German. Most of the time. Although the rules have some exceptions, they serve as helpful guidelines that you can use until you learn them correctly. 2/3 of single-syllable German nouns are masculine. And when you're talking about male people, animals, and professions, you also use masculine. der Lehrer, der Chef, der Fotograf. Also, compass directions like der Norden, der Süden, the North, the South, der Osten, der Westen, the East, the West. Car makes and models like der Volkswagen, der Mercedes, der Opel. Months, days, and seasons like der Tag, der Monat, der Sommer. And weather elements like der Schnee, the snow, der Regen, the rain, der Nebel, the fog. And non-German rivers like der Mississippi, der Amazonas, der Nil. And currencies like der Euro, der Dollar, der Peso. These are all masculine nouns. The feminine German noun gender is die. Just like masculine nouns, you can identify which nouns are probably feminine from specific characteristics. Female people, animals, and professions are female, like die Lehrerin, die Chefin, die Fotografin. Cardinal numbers are feminine, like die Eins, die Zwei, die Drei. German rivers like die Donau, die Elbe, or fruits, die Banane, die Melone, die Birne. Also trees like die Eiche, die Weide, die Palme, and flowers, die Rose, die Tulpe, die Narzisse, the daffodil. These are all feminine nouns in German. Finally, let's talk about the neuter German noun gender, das. You'll find several ways to identify most neuter German nouns, like many nouns starting with ge or ge, like das Geschirr, the dishes, number fractions, like das Viertel, the quarter, young animals or humans, like das Baby, nouns formed from verbs, like das Schwimmen, the swimming, das Laufen, the walking. And for a complete list of all the German noun gender hacks, I'll leave a link for the website below, so you can go and review them anytime you want. That was it for the noun gender hacks. Let's move on to the next segment. Part 3, Vocabulary. This next segment is about German vocabulary. German Familie und Beziehungen. German kinship. Let's meet the immediate family members. Mutter is mother. Vater is father. Brüder, the brother. Schwester, the sister. Die Schwester, der Bruder. And looking at the rest of the family tree, we have Oma for grandmother, Opa for grandfather, and die Großeltern are the grandparents. Enkelsohn means grandson, and Enkeltochter means granddaughter. Then we have die Tante, the aunt, and der Onkel, the uncle. Die Nichte is the niece, and der Neffe is the nephew. Now, what about cousins? In German, they're referred to as Cousine for male cousins and Cousine for female cousins. Finally, let's not forget about the children. Der Sohn is the son. Die Tochter is the daughter. Twins in German are called Zwillinge. And when it comes to the extended family, we have Schwiegermutter for mother-in-law, Schwiegervater for father-in-law. A Stiefmutter is a stepmother. Stiefvater is stepfather. A few more family members include the great-grandmother, Urgroßmutter, great-grandfather, Großvater, great-grandchild, Urenkel, great-granddaughter, Urenkelin, great-grandson, Urenkel. And that's it. Now you know all the names for the German family members. Let's move on to our fourth segment, story time. Part 4, story time. This segment will give you an opportunity to practice your German listening skills. I call this story The Worst Pirates. Es war einmal eine mutige Piratenmannschaft. Ihr Kapitän hieß Leo. Sie suchten nach einem geheimen Schatz, der Gerüchten zufolge in einem fernen Inselreich versteckt war. Eines Tages, als sie auf hoher See segelten, entdeckten sie eine geheimnisvolle Insel. Auf dieser Insel trafen sie eine freundliche Meerjungfrau namens Marine. Sie konnte den Weg zum Schatz kennen. Marine sagte, ich werde euch helfen, den Schatz zu finden, aber ihr müsst mir im Gegenzug etwas geben. Nochmal, ich werde euch helfen, den Schatz zu finden, aber ihr müsst mir im Gegenzug etwas geben. Die Piraten stimmten zu und gemeinsam machten sie sich auf den Weg durch den dichten Dschungel der Insel. Sie stießen auf Rätsel, die sie klug lösten, und auf Abenteuer, die ihren Mut auf die Probe stellten. Die Piraten stehen vor einer alten Tür mit einem seltsamen Zeichen.
Huh?
Es sieht aus wie eine Grammatikfrage, Leo sagt. Das ist ein Grammatikrätsel. Es fragt nach dem Geschlecht eines Wortes. Ist Baum männlich, weiblich oder neutrum? Die Piraten denken einen Moment nach. Dann ruft einer von ihnen, der Baum ist männlich. Schließlich erreichten sie eine geheime Höhle. Dort glänzte der Schatz in all seiner Pracht. Als die Piraten die Schatztruhe öffnen, offenbart sich ein unglaublicher Reichtum. Es liegt eine Wurst von beeindruckender Größe. Sie ist so groß, dass sie für alle Piraten ausreicht. Um sie zu grillen und zu teilen. Die Wurst duftet köstlich und verspricht ein festliches Mahlzeit für die ganze Mannschaft. Das Ende. I hope you enjoyed this German pirate story. Part 5. Your comments. Welcome to the final segment, die Kommentarspalte. In this part of the show, I'll pick out my 3 favorite comments you left on my videos and share them. You ask questions, and I'm going to give you the answers. So, let's get started with the first comment. Comment 1. Our first question is about the shape of the country of Germany. Let's see, user salesman 1977 says, Wo bitte sieht es aus wie Pac-Man? Well, if we compare the Pac-Man to the country of Germany, we can see similarities here, here, and here. Our next comment is a debate about the number of German states. So let's see if we can settle this together. At Takiwaira, they say 17 states, Mallorca. And then Janokia says, what the? No, Mallorca isn't a part of Germany. It's a part of Spain. Germany has 16 states, and that's it. It's like the people that say Austria and Switzerland are the 17th and 18th state. Alexander Ruffelman joined in the conversation. He says, Mallorca ist eine Kolonie von Deutschland. Der Bierkapitän hat. Der Bierkapitän hat sie entdeckt. Und jetzt regiert dort der Bierkönig. So how many states does Germany have? 16 or 17? Officially, Germany has 16 states, all in Germany, not in Spain. But everyone knows that Mallorca is unofficially a German colony and it has a beer captain. So let's just say everyone's right. Let's look at our final comment. Nora Barchfeld asks, why do you wear a Bavarian dirndl? It suits you. Do you live in Bavaria? Well, no, I don't live in Bavaria, but close. I used to live in the south of Germany in a state called Baden-Württemberg. I wear the dirndl because I love how comfortable and stylish it is. It also reflects my German-speaking heritage. It makes me happy and it brings joy to the viewers. That's all for this show. Let me know if you want to see more variety shows in the future, or if you prefer traditional lessons. Bis bald, German learners. Have fun learning German. Auf Wiedersehen. Why not check out one of these videos next? You can have some fun learning German.